if you are preparing particular for IIT JEE, it's your choice whether you want to go for big coaching names or not. I don't personally recommend students to go for big coaching names. Focus on what problems you have at now. Don't think of far away कि भाई 2 साल बाद क्या होगा. Leave that. Focus on yourself. Focus on your family problems. Focus on your relationship problem first. एंड डोंट डिले दैट. मतलब आज है तो आज खत्म करने का ट्राई करो. डोंट डिले दैट कि मैं एक साल बाद खत्म करूंगा, 1 महीने बाद खत्म करूंगा. तुम्हारी स्ट्रेटेजीज डिफरेंट होती है, दूसरे की स्ट्रेटेजी डिफरेंट होती है. डोंट गो ब्लाइंडली ऑन दिस रैंकर्स इंटरव्यू that they have prepared with this book, they have prepared to this. What people generally do, they don't start from foundation. What they want to do is that they want to prepare the fourth floor first, and which is the worst thing. You have to prepare foundation first, then you can build different floors above that, right?
Yeah, welcome to exciting episode of Babel India Podcast. I'm your host Priya Rathore, and we are having a very special guest with us, Ganesh Gurjar sir. Welcome, sir, to our podcast.
Thank you, Priya. Thanks for inviting me.
Okay, sir. So we'll start with some questions. So here I'm starting with my first question, sir. Can you share a bit about your background, about your
Yeah.
academic background to your professional background?
Yeah, so for the audience listening, so I have done my schooling from Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya, Bhopal. I left JNV in 10th class. After that, I get into the race of getting into IITs and NITs. So yeah, I myself have prepared for JEE in 11th and 12th, taken coaching from some big names like Alan. But sooner or later, I realized that maybe like it's not about capabilities, it's about how much efforts you put. So I didn't get like that much good rank in JEE, so I get into NIT Srinagar metallurgical and materials engineering branch. It was a good experience during college days, living in Srinagar, Kashmir, different environment, different things. Got to learn lot of things, participated in lot of competition during college days, won some of India's biggest hackathons, which is Smart India Hackathon and also National Entrepreneurship Challenge by IIT Bombay. So being in college, being from a tier 2 college and winning these big hackathons, my dreams are always to do something of my own. But when I am entering my final year of BTech, I realized that as seeing my family conditions or situation, I have to delay that plan for now, and I have to get into this corporate world. So yeah, then I started preparing to like get into corporate, and in my final year of BTech, I got a good opportunity with Rupeek Fintech, which is like a good fintech brand name in India. So I have done internship there in my final semester of BTech. After graduating, luckily, yeah.
Okay, sir. So here you tell about your journey. So, sir, in this role, what is the role? What is the importance of the self study in your life? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. So as I told, when I have entered the race of getting into big premier engineering colleges, right? So
Yeah.
as seeing others or as seeing my family members who are preparing for IIT-JEE, I also get into that race, and get into big coaching name like Ellen and like Fitzy. But sooner or later, I realized that whatever I learn from classroom is not good, like not enough to get to clear these prestigious exams, because competitions is how competition tough is. So I realized it in sooner in my career, and that's why I focused on self study a lot, and it helped me during college days as well, and it helps me now in corporate as well, because I come from a drastically different branch, which is metallurgy and materials engineering, and right now I am being a product manager, managing different software products. So it every time self study every time helps me in learning different technologies, different terminologies about product, different tech stack which are coming in market after every quarter or after every year. So I have to be updated, and self study always played that crucial part in my life, because for me as a person, I don't learn much in classroom, sitting in classroom. I learn when I read books myself. So I'm an avid reader. I try to learn everything by myself. So when I was in JNV as well, class mein I learn, but not enough portion which will help me to score better in exams. So I always do self study before classes as well as after classes. So whosoever is listening me, who is in college, who is in school, if you make a good habit of good habit of like reading books by yourself before classes and after classes as well, it will help you to memorize things, it will help you to conceptualize things in a far better way as compared to directly listening professors in the classrooms. So this huge difference of thinking, this huge difference of mind comes from there only.
So,
Yeah,
sir, yeah, as it was the one of the India's top exam, IIT-JEE, and
yeah.
self-study played a crucial role in your life. So, could you please tell us what were the techniques or strategies you were used that time?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So the things I used to follow during my JEE preparation days in 11th, 12th class is that I prepare a simple timetable. What generally students do is that they prepare a complex timetable for them, right? And it
right,
is, so you have to habitualize the things to get into those set of timetables, right? If you are prepared, ki I will read 2 hours chemistry, 2 hours physics, and 2 hours bio or maths, whatever it is, but if you are not putting those efforts in, you will delay the whole timetable. So generally what my juniors do is that वो बोल देंगे कि they will prepare physics for 3 hours, but उनसे 2 घंटे होता है, and then वो 1 घंटा they waste in something, right? So instead of that, prepare short timetables, like prepare 1 hour block for each subjects, because human tendency, right? You get bored if you read something for hours, you get bored. So you are not interested from inside, and if you are not interested from inside, remembering things or and conceptualizing things is a big humongous task, right? So prepare till that time only जब तक आपका उसमें interest है, otherwise leave that subject, do something else, do some extracurricular activities, engage yourself in some brainstorming activities which will help you internally also, and which will help you from your brain point of view as well. And the second thing is, if you are getting into any kind of these competitive exam race, right?
right,
First you have to be mentally strong. You can't see that your brother is preparing for UPSC, or your sister is preparing for NEET, and you can't get into that rate race. First you should realize yourself whether it is not about capability, but internally सबको पता होता है कि what they are capable of and what they want to do in their life. So be like, या सब कोई जाता है उस रेट रेस में, बट अगर आप उस रेट रेस में घुस गए हो, then you have to be mentally strong. You don't have to do those stupid things ki if I get fail I will do this, I will do that and all. So यही है, prepare a good set of timetable, follow it thoroughly, और ऐसा ही टाइम टेबल बनाओ जो आप फॉलो कर सकते हो, मतलब अपने आप को पुश करो, लेकिन उतना लिमिट पे पुश मत करो कि आप वो चीज कर ही ना पाओ, राइट? And whenever you are giving any test series, so what I have particularly feel कि जब भी कोई competitive exam होता है, people give mock test series to prepare themselves well. वो mock test series दे लेते हैं, उसके बाद जब वो marks नहीं आते तो they sit at home and they think कि भाई क्यों नहीं आए, I have put in all efforts. What they don't do is that they don't analyze those test series, because the main purpose to give mock test is that to prepare yourself for the final exam D-Day, right? And if you are not analyzing those questions, and if you are not analyzing ki what your weakness is and what your strong point is, there is no point of wasting those 3 4 hours sitting and giving mock test. So these are the basic things, that you should realize your weakness, you should realize your uh, like you should realize what you are good at, so you should better what you are good at, and you should also work on your weaknesses. So if you will do collaboratively this na, so every time in every mock test after every week, your marks will gradually increase and increase only, and by D-Day you will be fully prepared. And फिर वो आपके back of the mind में नहीं चलेगा कि why my marks are coming low and why I am not doing good and others are doing good. So yeah, that's the simple formula.
yes, sir. So, sir, these were the strategies that you have used. But if we talk about the motivation and discipline, uh, motivation रखना during exam preparation, it is very essential. So, sir, how did you
Yeah.
stay motivated and disciplined during your exam preparation?
या ऑनेस्टली इफ आई विल से कि आई लाइक मैं हमेशा मोटिवेटेड रहता हूँ तो डेट बी ए बुलशिट राइट आई एम लाइंग सो आई ऑल्सो गेट डीमोटिवेटेड एंड एवरीवन इन दिस वर्ल्ड गेट डीमोटिवेटेड दैट्स एन ह्यूमन टेंडेंसी एंड वो होना चाहिए अगर आप डीमोटिवेटेड नहीं होते हो सो यू शुड कंसल्ट अ डॉक्टर राइट सो बिकॉज डीमोटिवेशन को लोगों ने वो बहुत लाइक बुरी चीज बना दी है टू गेट डीमोटिवेटेड is a good thing because demotivation के बाद you will see that phase of rising up right अगर आप नीचे नहीं जाओगे so you will not realize कि आप ऊपर जा रहे हो तो you will not feel that joy कि भाई मेरे को खुशी नहीं हो रही अगर आप ऊपर ही ऊपर जा रहे हो ना तो people दो जनरली बी हैप्पी वो नीचे जाते हैं देन ऊपर उठते हैं तो दे विल बी हैप्पी राइट सो सिंपल सा फॉर्मूला है डोंट डोंट चेज एनीवन एल्स मतलब एक्सटर्नल मोटिवेशन को आप सीख करो मतलब आप फेमस पर्सनालिटीज को देखो आप किसी का पाथ फॉलो करो बट उनको रिलीजियसली फॉलो मत करो मतलब व्हाट पीपल डू इज दैट कि इफ आईआईटी जेई एयर रैंक वन उसने एक स्ट्रेटेजी एक इंटरव्यू में आके बोल दी कि ही यूज्ड टू स्टडी 6 आवर्स अ डे एंड देयर इज नो पॉइंट ऑफ स्टडिंग मोर देन 6 आवर्स अ डे अगर तुम वही फॉलो कर रहे हो तो you are doing very bad to yourself because maybe that person have that capability कि वो 6 घंटे पढ़ के he got that AIR 1 right but you are not that person यार you are completely different from him or her whatever who is right so आपकी capability different है and that other person capabilities are completely different so always prepare yourself on your capabilities don't prepare timetables or don't prepare your schedule based on seeing other rankers when you are getting into any of the competitive exams this is the worst thing people do with themselves and after 1 year or wasting 2 years they realize कि we have not done good to ourselves right so stay motivated simple thing है follow the strategies वो क्या होता है ना कि when you will get 50 marks out of 100 and when you will get 60 marks out of 100 after 15 days so वो जो 10 marks का gap है ना that will give you an inner motivation and that will push you कि भाई 60 से 70 जाओ 70 से 80 जाओ but if you will seek external motivation if you see motivational videos it will charge you up for 10 minutes 15 minutes max to max 1 day but it will not charge you up for your whole this competitive exam journey I would say so getting better of yourself after every week or after every day it will give you an inner motivation which will push you to go ahead further in your life that's the simplest thing but people make it complicated by seeking external motivations
Okay, so ये तो हुआ मोटिवेशन की बात that you told us कि how you stay motivated. Now come to the challenges and obstacles जो कि common है सबकी लाइफ में आते हैं. So
yeah
sir, were there any specific challenges that you have faced during your preparation of the IIT?
Yeah, so the things happened with me is drastically bad. So in my like in my 12th when my J exam is coming, like I got I got dengue and like things are not in pretty good state because I at least took around 3 months to get recovered from the dengue. And ये होता है सबके साथ because health is something which we ignore right when we are preparing for any competitive exam or when we are preparing for jobs we ignore our health right so when you are doing anything you have to be mentally healthy as well as you have to be physically healthy because without that na you can't do anything if you can put 20 hours a day and if you are not healthy na so that is not worth it putting those 20 hours a day so the first thing I would say is that make your brain healthy. Like आप अंदर से अगर healthy रहोगे तो your body will also उसके accordingly body will also behave right. And सबके लाइफ में आते हैं whether those are family problems whether those are health problem whether those are relationship problem nowadays because these Gen Zs are now into that phase की 18-19 years के age में they have those set of problems which लाइक मे बी हमारे मॉम डैड ने फेस नहीं की होगी और हमारे एल्डर ब्रदर सिस्टर ने फेस नहीं की होगी बिकॉज एज वी आर प्रोग्रेसिंग एज इंडिया इज प्रोग्रेसिंग एज वर्ल्ड इज प्रोग्रेसिंग these kind of problems are increasing day by day right it is adding up मतलब कुछ भी कम नहीं हो रहा है so it's just that कि जब वो सिचुएशन आए फोकस ऑन दैट मतलब डोंट थिंक कि यार आईआईटी जेई में क्या होगा अगर मुझे डेंगू हो गया है first try to recover from that health phase, or first try to solve that problem, instead of thinking about कि भाई 2 साल बाद जो एग्जाम देना है उसमें मेरा क्या होगा, right? Because if you will put those efforts in making yourself healthy now, you will make you, तो आप एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट डाल लो ना, आप 3 महीने में ठीक हो जाओगे, आपके पास देन 7 मंथ्स बचे हैं, यू विल पुट एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट्स। बट अगर आप डिले करोगे अपनी हेल्थ को, तो आप पूरे ईयर बीमार रहोगे अगर, सो इट डजंट मेक एनी सेंस, इट इज नॉट एडिंग अप। सो फोकस ऑन व्हाट प्रॉब्लम्स यू हैव एट नाउ, डोंट थिंक ऑफ फार अवे कि भाई 2 साल बाद क्या होगा, लीव दैट, focus on yourself, focus on your family problems, focus on your relationship problem first, एंड डोंट डिले दैट। मतलब आज है तो आज खत्म करने का ट्राई करो, डोंट डिले दैट कि मैं एक साल बाद खत्म करूंगा, 1 महीने बाद खत्म करूंगा। सो जनरली व्हाट पीपल टेंड टू डू इज दैट, वो अपने आप को रिस्ट्रिक्ट करते हैं और बोलते हैं कि नहीं मैं 4 दिन बाद खत्म, 4 दिन बाद ये चीज करूंगा, 5 दिन बाद करूंगा। डू इट टुडे, ट्राई इट कि वो चीज खत्म हो जाए, एंड इफ इट इज ending, then well and good for your career, you can focus on your career later.
So, sir, what advice would you like to give for the students who are aspiring for the admission of IIT in
Yeah, so I
context
will
to
I
preparation of self-study or managing
yeah
timetable and other
yeah
things?
So I will give you an standard answer, and it is applicable for all competitive exam, not only for IIT-JEE. So the
Okay.
thing is, when you are, the day you think ना कि मुझे ये एग्जाम देना है, at that day only, first research what that exam is about. I have seen even people, they don't realize कि what that exam want from you, right? And they
Okay.
prepare differently. So मैं हूँ, and if suppose if you are there, right? So we both have different capabilities, we both have different mindset, and we both have different way of preparing for any of the competitive exam, right? So the thing is, something can work for you, but that thing can't work for me, and if something can work for me, हो सकता है that thing will not work for you, और ये भी हो सकता है कि दोनों चीजें हम दोनों के लिए work कर जाए। So the thing is, take those things ना from different people, कि भाई ये चीज तेरे लिए वर्क कर रही है, यू शुड ट्राई दैट आउट। आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि डोंट, मतलब किसी की कुछ चीज ट्राई मत करो, लेकिन इफ दोस थिंग्स आर नॉट वर्किंग ना, सो चेंज दैट, बिकॉज तुम्हारी स्ट्रेटेजीज डिफरेंट होती है, दूसरे की स्ट्रेटेजीज डिफरेंट होती है। डोंट गो ब्लाइंडली ऑन दिस रैंकर्स इंटरव्यू that they have prepared with this book, they have prepared do this. What people generally do, they don't start from foundation. What they want to do is that they want to prepare the fourth floor first, and which is the worst thing. You have to prepare foundation first, then you can build different floors above that, right? Which is a basic knowledge you everyone should seek. So यही है, if you are preparing particular for IIT JEE, it's your choice whether you want to go for big coaching names or not. I don't personally recommend students to go for big coaching names, because I personally feel I have wasted my parents 4.5 lakhs during 11th and 12th class, because मैं वो कोचिंग नहीं भी जाता ना, so I would have achieved that rank घर पे बैठ के भी by self study. So it's
Yeah, with
your
the help
personal
of
choice.
self-study.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
so
that is our
in
only goal.
nowadays. Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
for the Babel India startup, that is only our goal. That by not going any standard or costly coaching centers, the students
Yeah.
start learning by themselves only. So, sir, I want you to please guide us, or please tell us any advice for the Babel India startup, and what is your thoughts about it? How
Yeah.
is our startup?
Yeah. Yeah, so when I first get to know about Babel India, the event you have done in Bhopal, right? So I got very fascinated, like what the things you guys are doing for the education ecosystem. It is tremendous, and like I hugely appreciate that. I hugely appreciate all of you, because sometimes I also think कि why people need those big coachings, right? Why they want to go into coachings which charge 2.5 lakhs rupees for an year to teach you. I understand that there is if you have money, if your father have big money, you can always go. I don't say कि then आप self study करो. But if you are coming from an humble background, and if you don't have those big monies of 2.5 lakhs, यार don't pressurize your parents कि मुझे भी उन big coaching के names में जाना है, right? Because nowadays the things are, you will find each and everything on YouTube, or there are a lot of different sources where you can get free, even free courses. You can get end-to-end free courses. There are a lot of good educators on YouTube who are teaching you at like free of cost. आप कोचिंग जाओगे ना, आपको एक प्रोफेसर पढ़ाएगा, राइट? ऑन यूट्यूब यू कैन फाइंड 15-20 प्रोफेसर फॉर वन सब्जेक्ट. यू कैन चूज.
Yes.
It's your brain thinking that कि भाई 15 में से किससे पढ़ना है. So I always push now people to don't go for these big names, focus on self study, focus on yourself. And ye, the things this like Babel India Foundation is pushing students to go for self study, to nurture themselves, instead of going for those big coaching or big school names, right? And also I think education ministry is also pushing students towards that. I think they have banned any coaching to like any students to get admitted before 10th class in any of these big coaching names like IIT-JEE, NEET. So like education ministry is also like focusing want to focus student towards self study only. They are pushing themselves towards self study only. बिकॉज क्या होता है ना, इफ यू, अगर आप एक 6 क्लास के बच्चे को बोल दोगे कि भाई तू एलन चला जा एंड स्टार्ट प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर IIT-JEE, तो उसने द लाइफ उस बंदे को 6th या 7th या 8th या 9th क्लास में एंजॉय करनी थी ना, वो उसके लाइफ से चली गई. एंड दोज फेजेस डोंट कम बैक लेटर, राइट? You can prepare for IIT-JEE in 11th 12th, but you can't enjoy those moments which you have missed in 6th 7th class in your 11th 12th, right? बिकॉज वो मूवमेंट
Yes.
उसी टाइम पे रहेंगे, बिकॉज दैट लाइफ हैव ऑलरेडी पास्ड. सो बी इन प्रेजेंट. मतलब अपने आप पे फोकस करो. यू शुड बी गुड एट स्टडीज, दैट्स द डिमांड ऑफ फैमिली, दैट्स द डिमांड ऑफ सोसाइटी. बट डोंट प्रेशराइज योर सेल्फ बाय सीइंग अदर्स और सीइंग दैट थिंग्स. So yeah, I'm happy and I truly appreciate what Babel India is doing. I hope it will go far and far, and like you will motivate many students in coming years to prepare them to focus on themselves, to nurture themselves and do the self. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for your kind words, your motivation, and thank you so much for joining us. We are glad to having you.
Yeah. Thanks Priya. Thanks for having me. Yeah. Bye.